Morning, y'all. Thanks for all the questions, comments on yesterday's M5 video. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to answer some of them because I put it out on my Instagram. Ask me questions about the M5 driver. I had loads again. I've answered some on Instagram, so if you want to check those answers out at Crossfield Mark on Instagram. Got butterscotch today. See what that's like, shall we? So I thought I'd answer the ones that I can't answer over there on Instagram here on YouTube, as you've posted loads of comments on my YouTube channel as well, which is similar. Let's answer some M5 questions. If everyone could just stay calm, I'll be as honest as I can be. The club is good, you need to go and try it. It's the marketing claims that are a little bit wild, but often people don't see the difference between those two. Let's all just stay nice and calm, shall we? Alright, let's bash into the first question. We've got lots to get through. I've got a very busy day today as well. Meetings galore. So the first question is there still Twist My Face? Yes, there is. The Twist Face is still in the product. With most companies, you'll find it goes through 2 or 3 generations, the kind of new tech that they come up with. But Twist Face is still there. The biggest concern I see, and I saw it in a few comments, I posted some on Twitter last night, is people getting the idea of roll and bowls completely wrong. The best thing Twist Face ever did, I think, is it got us all trying to talk about roll and bulge and understanding gear effect a little bit more, because it's such an important part of you actually self-diagnosing if you're hitting the ball good or bad, when the club is saving you, when you're doing it, those kind of things. It's a really good lesson, but it's obviously quite clear that people are still getting it wrong. From some of the comments I was seeing last night on the video, people were saying, like, it started right and went right. Isn't that what Twist Face is meant to do? Absolutely not. That's another video. But yes, Twist Face still on it. Right, next question. Why bother reviewing it? Surely they'll have the M7 out very soon. I'm not sure how much of a fair statement that is anymore. TaylorMade in the last few releases have been much calmer. No real different to the other companies, 2 drivers every, what is it, 12, is it 16, 18 months? That's a similar cycle to many others. Yes, they went through a period of releasing drivers like crazy, but that was often to do with a buying and selling period of time as well. They're trying to get the books up. Obviously, I'm presuming, you know, they're trying to sell a business. They want it to look profitable and active as possible. But it might be more remarkable that all manufacturers maybe release them, you know, far too regular. Bear in mind the movements in what you see as distance and perceived feel of distance doesn't really change, and I understand that, but certainly not fair to say, I would say, they're really any different to nearly all the other companies at the minute. Oh, get in. Just finished my meeting. Right, next question. Do you think the RNA should tighten up club rules to cut distance? They've got it under control. Their rules are tight and they've definitely got it under control. So they do random testing through the year. They just pull heads out from any manufacturer, and if they get over the CT limit, then they will recall those clubs. So they've very much got it under control. And if you look at driving distance, PGA Tour is a great example. The RNA, I've seen studies as well. They run their own studies with amateurs also. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck. It's plateaued. They've got a grip. They are starting to see, just on a side note, and it's nothing to do with any clubs, slight increases in distance recently, but that's a lot to do with the athletes that are now coming on board and maybe pushing their bodies more to the limit. Obviously, if the human changes, then there'll be grounds to maybe look that the equipment might need to change to fall back in line more with the humans to the courses that are still being played, if that kind of makes any sense. But they do very well. They control it. It is a lovely day today. Really sunny and quite warm. Right, next question before my next meeting starts. How gimmicky is TM getting? Are they any more gimmicky than anyone else? Post comments down below, let me know. I mean, you got a few problems, haven't you? If you're one of the bigger names in driver technology or driver design and driver sales, you're going to be looked at more closely, possibly. I personally think they are the most gimmicky out of all the manufacturers, but they're close with others, but it definitely feels like it's more about the marketing than it is the product when it comes to TM, and I think that's a real shame, because the product's actually product is much better than the gimmicks that are pushed in front of you. It does always feel a little bit as well like there's a real battle between, say, Callaway and TaylorMade, and Callaway seems to always be completely winning at the moment, which must absolutely get their goat, but where they're just trying to outdo themselves. Like, you know, TaylorMade just have to keep stepping up the gimmick, the idea, the statements, to try and keep themselves what they think is the most relevant, where actually if you just hit and test the product's super relevant and as good as anything. There's a playing field, and it definitely feels a little bit like there's someone on there who's just a little annoying. Could they be leaving pros on the illegal side, so keeping it above the tolerance, not putting the right amount of resin in to bring that club back to legal or just below? Well, if you read the small print, they actually do say that they bring them to the legal limit and below. So it's not always, you know, there's going to be a tolerance in there as well. And for tour guys, they are going to absolutely make sure they are legal. There'll be probably a different department. Most manufacturers have that. That ball wasn't clean. Where the tolerances are a little tighter possibly, or even if they're not tighter than what the consumer gets, they know exactly what the tolerance is going out there. And then what will happen, because obviously if a tour player wins an event, gets pulled, club is made illegal, lose the event, I mean that could wreck a company, so no company's going to be that silly. They're going to control it. All these companies, TaylorMade included, have controlled it for years. They know what the CT limit is, they know, I think, how to build pretty much to it, and I wouldn't see it as a problem at all. It's not for a company as big and as clever as TaylorMade. Is the new technology true or just a con? It's true. It has to be proven to be true. Then so the technology is there, the face is bending slightly differently, the resin is being injected. Now, if you can see a measurable gain, that's hard. I've got quite expensive measuring tools. I've seen certainly the face measured with robots and much more expensive measuring tools than I've got, and it showed some very interesting things. It's not a con, because also for it to be a con you have to kind of define what that really means. That's a tricky one. The tech is there, it's a physical thing, and they will see or be able to talk some gain, otherwise they wouldn't be allowed to market it the way they're doing. That's never really been any of my points. My point is, will you see a difference? Go and test. I'm struggling to see a difference. I'm struggling to work out if high toe misses that I get from it that stay right are because of the way the CG feels like it's more in heel, because that's where I want to hit it. There's so many things that can be thrown, and then what baggage you bring as well is in there as well. It's definitely not a con. It's a luxury item. You can choose to buy it or not. It's just like your choice. I think it's just marketed with very loud bells and whistles that lots of people are happy to be tricked with, and that's cool. That's their choice. Is there a measurable difference? You tell me. I'm finding none. Right, see you not next week. I'm away next week, school holidays. We are heading to Rome. Lovely. Can't wait. Should be fun. Back the week after. Loads of videos next week coming. Course vlogs from Tunisia with me and Coach. They're hilarious in places, so stay tuned for those. And anyone else enjoying a school holiday? Have fun. See you soon.